is required. Baiting a Poppy here, actually, currently, which would be potentially quite good here into a fair number of the dashes.
Okay, and it is snap engaging. You can go for Remus. And so many teams like that. The LEC is having a similar problem right now. Dragon is being started, and it might actually get contested here.
Oh, yeah.
Shin's here in time.
Weaver's Wall comes on in. Headbutt pulverized. Light now potentially in danger. Has to flash over the wall before the trample can proc, and that just means it's Dragon to Gen.G. Good counter engage. The retake of the pit is solid, and they'll take the Dragon with it. Counter-Strike could use a thing or two about that one.
Yeah, trying to retake the pit. Weibo cannot. They should have brought themselves a better defuse kit. Xiaohu brought himself the travel size elixir of Wrath pretty much, so he's got some extra AP right now. Does he want the Shockwave Scout on the way back to lane? Shockwave Scout back to lane. I'm in the Sean Connery Scout. Scout just walked back on the Trillia, back into his mid lane. Sean is getting engaged on in the jungle.
Got a license to kill as he tries to flash away, and they keep on playing as Joel with the headbutt back towards the team. Chris will heal himself. I don't quite know where he's going aside from being burned to his namesake. Between Worlds comes it out. Heroic charge away. Hang on. They've got to keep flashing. He just gets to walk a little bit longer until the threaded volley is directed correctly.
And it really doesn't help that Xiao shit. But seriously fallen off in a lot of ways. Grub's now started by Gen.G. Holding position. Weibo again. They don't have the best ways to start fights. They can contest space pretty well with that shockwave. You see one grub go away, and they'll likely take the two others.
Also, you're chatting about Scout falling off. Another player we were having those conversations about not so long ago was Chovy. There was a point last summer when we were saying, this is it, he's done. He's not going to be playing again. He was playing so poorly, and now on Weibo, again, I don't think he's at world-beating form. He's not best mid in the league in the most Weibo fashion possible, and then just went at absolutely giga into the finals, which was wonderful. Shockwave, Scout. Potentially in danger here, has to try and bide his time as the seismic shove his side away from as a flash over the wall, and Shun with a wonderful counterpunch. The ambush predator is the deadliest.
Well, Sam, you were saying Gen.G, they were just a little bland, a little boring yesterday when they faced up against Weibo.
I was thinking about it, went, no. I also want to know, on that Poppy skin, the animations for the hair braids bobbling around is very good. I really enjoy that.
Yeah. Also, worth noting yesterday is Tien reaches his 700th game.
Congratulations.
A world champion, an LPL champion, very much a veteran face of the LPL now. 700 games. And yesterday, from what I was hearing, this guy was the face of that series, really. Regular season 10 was activated.
Yeah, he had a really good showing. He had some very good moments. That light as well was pretty solid. Time on the top side. Trying to buy some time is Xiao Shu, but unfortunately for them, there's a few too many needles, and the Ignite will do its work.
Weibo, they managed to find a play with the Poppy. They give up the Dragon for this. 2 dragons over to Gen.G. There's some gold towards Breathe, who, hang on a second. Shun, can you get there in time? Xiaohu a little far away. No, can't quite make the play there. Maybe you didn't do the flash for that play, I suppose. Well, how's the ults?
Heal, temper, pulverize, timed into the killer instinct. Very nice combo.
Clean stuff. We were saying, oh, well, maybe they needed the flash for Shun to ult. No, they don't. Xiaohu overstays a little too long in that side lane, and despite trying to run all the way back to base, Gore finds the play. Xiaohu goes down, and Weibo end up trading, I suppose, 1-for-1 against Shetien coming out of the brush.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Poppy's just been spotted by Duo. Scout will flash, got a phase rush. He's maybe saved. Flash for the Chong, can't quite get the kill until the snips come on through, but now Breathe trapped under the turret will be going 1-for-1.
1-for-1. I don't even... Was that a shutdown? I'm not sure. 2-1-2. Potentially it was actually for Scout there, being so far ahead. Breathe now 700 gold ahead of Xiao Shu. Is going to be losing some farming time, though, because he died. Fantastic. That pays good damage on, so great pillar.
The pillar is wonderful. The barrier comes on down. Actually, now they get to walk towards this turret in mid. They've got a couple grubs, but Shun in the 1v3 is scary enough to get value there. Xiaohu turns up top side, didn't end up burning the shockwave bot side because, of course, he went down and just finds a solo kill.
Damn, good solo kill. I wonder whether Gen.G thought that the shockwave was on cooldown because the animation started, but obviously it doesn't count as going on cooldown.
Only about 800 or so gold towards Weibo, towards Gen.G, so very playable gold difference. Tien's got the ball on top of them. Finding out the help.
There they are. Is it going to be a teleport for Xiaohu? No. They don't have their Aurora to bring to the play. Technically, this could be a 5v4 if Breathe wanders his way over. Gen.G, they leash the Herald and don't get that much done with it. Breathe has been hitting mid lane turret with 2 grubs. Of course, the Gwen E. And he's just going to take first turret in mid lane.
Yeah.
Gen.G, that's a bad objective setup. They walk towards the Herald.
will pull away from that one before it goes wrong this time around.
Especially because Dragon's spawning now. JDG, we said, look, your objective setup wasn't great around the Herald. This will get you third Dragon. That is, I really like the phrase that Finn used on LEC the other day. Third Dragon is a threat. Let's see if JDG can make that threat.
Certainly looking to ink it out right now. So the missive is delivered. You're left about half HP. Herald summoned. Have we got a battle Herald, Alex?
Perhaps we do. I mean, doing that in front of a Talia is certainly a choice. Do they want to go to... No, they're just... Okay, that is a useless Herald. Come on, folks. It's going to go towards mid lane anyway. JDG not going to interrupt that for reasons. They just let it pass without even hitting the eye. Questionable plays!
Flash on it, but there's the keeper's verdict. Crisp ends up dying anyway to the Acanthian Rainbow. What am I witnessing? Joe on the front line will trade out sports for support. 2k HP into the Dragon Pit. Jarvan steals it. Cataclysm flash away. Tienlo is scout fighting angle over the wall. In comes the weirding to chug out a few more members, and they just back away. JDG gets away with it.
But Shockwave going up to scout as well. He does have flash this time, and light flashes away in turn. Don't ask me what I'm witnessing, folks. Feel like jumping forward again onto Pace. Xiaoshu looking for the shotgun, misses.
Snips, come on down, breathe with the hallowed mist, can keep on snipping, gets an extra auto, can't quite get in range despite
the elves just don't stop coming for Weibo. They've got to find a way to fight back.
75% on chance to win statistically. I think that might be underselling it a little bit, honestly. 30 seconds until Dragon. JDG are very much in command of the river right now.
75%. Well, you know, it accounts for a little bit of an LPL throw here or there. We have them. That being said, the Adakant's gone. I mean,
yeah,
so that's
the Intercant's not there.
Normally where we end up losing those kind of games. Weibo trying to brute force their way into the bot side of the map, but you see JDG, they're very happy to just occasionally threaten the engagement. Shin on the flank. Flags there. Chance of, you know, the W's coming through from Hayes. Scout looking for things as well.
There's a breed comes. Chris goes to try and find a wall on the Shockwave after it's solid enough, but over the wall goes Pace with the killer instinct. Now Breed is in danger. No Halibut to win it. Acanthian reigns. It damn well pours, and the rainstorm will commence as Weibo Gaming get washed away. There's a Blade Runner reference in there for those who want to try hard enough, but right now the only blade being run is across Weibo's throats.
Yeah, the games today were delayed by a typhoon, but welcome to Hurricane Pays. 5-0-3. Mopping up these plays on the Kai'Sa. Dragon goes down. Infernal Soul. Actually could be right, Sam. We shall see. But the wall stun does land onto Scout, but they get what that is the limit of their engagement. That's all they get. Come out onto the map. Trundle's dead again, by the way. Tiana has died a death.
Another passive. Pace gets another. And they back away. The TPs come rolling on through, but to what end? We've got Baron spawning in a minute. We've got Jungler down with no flashes and Trundle. How do you get into the pit now, especially if they steal the blast code? It's done.
I gotta call this out from Castle. Pays using WASD early on the... I don't know, man. This guy's gliding. This guy is really gliding. Let us know if you played on the WASD, by the way. I'm not gonna lie. I was always better at using that than I was at keyboard mouse for movement.
That's it. Doesn't rework, Alf.
No, and also for anyone who has no context on that, it's made it even worse, Sam. At least if you say Excalibur, you vaguely know what's happened with that.
Okay, well that wasn't the point, was it? It was a niche reference which I was pushing far too far. That was the whole idea, Alex.
We'll workshop it, Sam. Scouts will put it back onto the map.
The unlimited blade works?
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, well, he's got himself a ton of different swords in inventory. JDG pushing out on the full court press now. Weibo completely put into their own side of the map.
A really scary Aurora angle, I'm just saying. Across the bell, Light's in so much danger. Gets weirdings. Twofold Hex, Spirit Abjuration is stacking. Light survives, but is not really a part of this play anymore. Has to run away as Weibo now forced to retreat back towards their base. Xiaoshu's just threatening the mid lane.
Xiaoshu tried to flash for that kill, couldn't quite manage to get it. Uses the summoner. That Infernal Soul does a lot of work. He's just used his hop.
I think he might actually be dead here. He's going to get a buddy hop to, I guess, the grave and goes down.
Yeah, needed to save something to get over the pillar. We see
throat singing.
What are they called again?
Saduka.
No, that's the worms themselves. Anyway, whatever.
Shahilud.
See if they can find the golden path to victory. Flashes away from the engage of JDG.
Gonna try and find that. Was trying to do the noise when the Shahilud comes up and have the music from Hans Zimmer. Best I had. I think it ended up being more Wonder Woman than...
Yes. Yeah, it did, Sam. Yeah, it did. Weibo gonna get chased out of their own jungle now. JDG again trying to return back towards that giant
Weibo Gaming, no!
Oh my god. Yeah. No, I get it now, Sam. I'm just like taking like a solid 5 seconds to get onto whatever track you're on right now. Baron was started to flick back onto the Trundle. Trundle's dead.
He is indeed. The train comes off whatever rails we were on, and they were looking a bit rickety to begin with. Nice, big shove. and Chris will go down to the threaded volley afterwards. The redemption comes on through, but what are you redeeming? A dead corpse.
A little bit. JDG looking for revenge in this series. Does this matter for the standings? No. JDG and Weibo are locked into their positions. But perhaps a little bit of revenge, a little bit of confidence for JDG could be regained through another game like this. This one has been really, really solid. Baron secured. Elder will be up in... What JDG is going to do is likely hold 1 or 2 people in the bot side jungle, holding Weibo at arm's length, and everyone else is going to go towards the dragon itself in 30 seconds. And, hang on a second. Okay, that is not the case, actually. Weibo have just killed the damn Aurora, and now they're in a 4v4. Oh my god, JDG, surely not. You've just lost an important member before the Baron. 5v4, Weibo still have ults available.
Light's starting to shoot a duel. There's a redemption coming on down, but he's nearly dead as well, actually. Second redemption to chunk him right back where he was beforehand, and you've just lost one member, and the other go down to 10%.
Light's got... I mean, it's all on Paze now. I think Paze has to do the damage. He might be able to jump onto Light here. Elder has started. Weibo must finish this before the members come back. Alistair coming out of base. Xiaoshu's still dead.
Jing Dong just Jing Donged all over it. I think they might have done down to 7,000 HP.
Oh my god! Going down to 5k. Is might come in for a steal from Shun.
Away. Wonderful keeper's verdict. That will be Elder now. Paze are going to try and run away. They get the bounty.
Infernal Soul, and they'll have that for the rest of the game. The Elder's only here for another minute. See some decent damage coming through from Pace, but he doesn't have the AP upgrade for that continual poke.
Mine's telling him no. But a body also telling him no currently.
Yeah, Bree trying to get this tower down on the top side, get damage on, so of course has the grasp from the Gwen. It's a more common build. Takes up half their tower HP in one wave. Weibo will be able to take this tower and take some gold back. End of the day, JDG don't have the biggest tanks themselves. Breathe is going to destroy this backline if he gets a good enough angle. Flash away from Xiaohu. That's not a good summoner to be blowing.
Not running a podcast by J. Joe and Jadison, and the end of the J have to be a cool concept that Marvel will steal from us at another time. River, though, is very much JDG's terrain right now. Jaw will headbutt pulverize into Breed, who's very swift to the Hallow Miss, gets a bit of a chunk back. Shun threatening here on the other side. Will flag and drag. Breed, who goes golden, but is already half HP. The double knockup. It's a travesty, and they lose their 2,000 gold lead member. All the while, Payne on the backside is just colliding. It's a triple for Shun. He'll get the quadra. Pace takes his token kill. But it is still a solid old fight from this Jarvan.
Well, there was a jungle diff yesterday to Tien. Shun wants to even up the score. 2 series in 2 days between these teams. Does it matter to the standings? No, but it'll matter for pride, for confidence and momentum going into playoffs. JDG take game 1.
Nexus secured. JDG, it is night and day compared to... No Cassiopeia on the side there, so I can't make, I hate snake jokes, but that's fine. There will still...
They have a statue in the mid lane they can replace.
This is it. But do we have a boulder? No,
we need Nunu for the boulder.
Audio quite yet. Wait for it. There it is. We're back.
There we go. And we're straight into a fight. That'll help us. Has anyone died in the meantime? No. We've got potential flashing forwards from scouts.
Shielded around, talking through. Xiao trying to trade out well, though, with the spell flux. Tien now coming up as well, looking for an angle. Goes sliding on forward to the audacity. The terror shape. The supreme display of talent. And Scout is left cracked and shattered on the floor.
First blood for Tien on a champion he's not picked up for a good long while. The Kiana jungle looks like it's back. Navi picking it up. Tien picking it up. And a first blood towards that nasty assassin in the jungle. That is a problem for JDG.
Stone.
Very funny.
At least I hope that's what I said.
So this is what we missed in the initial play. Quick hit onto Crisp attempt, but the Galliot doesn't really land flash forward. Not really leading to that much either. And then Tien manages to walk up, and of course, the other thing about Kiana, you get movement speed when you're on the element you're holding as well. Which meant you've got a little bit of extra ability to go forward to the move speed too, quicker to the play. Kiana has a lot of those
fast combos you can pull off, basically. Prowler's Claw being removed kind of muted a few of them, but it's still very possible to do, particularly the kind of WQW combos where you get very fast shifts through.
Taking down JDG, do they feel like they can contest? Pace does have flash on level 6. Perhaps the Zeri can, I don't know, season 10 all over them, or whatever it was, season 22, that's the one.
Cross, that means his Edge of Ixtal will be doing quite a lot of damage. There's grub number 3. He did just have to be a bit wary as Tien was on the verge of having Supreme Display of Talent back.
Very good on Kiana. I wonder whether that'll be part of the build. Be very, very assassin-like. Last of course, when you're in a lane, it's much more valid to just give you a quick wave clears. Realm up towards top side.
Raw stops his back. Now Pays in danger. Teleports come flying. Good slide over the wall. The Supreme Display of Talent kind of goes a bit wide, but it doesn't matter. Ixtal impact is pretty damn hard.
Is it Ixtal's impact or is it the Edge of
Ixtal?
Ixtal? The other one's the Skarner one.
Yep.
Anyway, it's the second kill on the 100% kill participation, Kiana.
Really, really dangerous off vision. Very tricky once vision started disappearing. Base checking CC plus Kiana was generally a bad time for those involved. Yeah, now going to take the opportunity to nab this dragon. Around from there, breathe, see, gap close, you know, all those things where like you can then start playing it, but that's not quite the same as a 1v1 as Tien's now found a solid angle, and that's a third kill.
Tien's starting to pop off, and again, this guy's got a history on the champion, and he's making it look pretty slick here. It's at 8. Good kill participation, 100% of the 3 kills that have come through. In fact, he could just not have a team. He'd still have the same scoreline as his team, 3-0. 1.5k up and his fault last year. I think Spring Finals was, but I don't think MSI was. Nope. I don't think Summer was his fault either. You know, I looked through the games which they were playing, and you know, obviously they're casting a lot of them on back on the LPL official broadcast. Dragon goes down.
He is fine to get on out there. Will drop the Herald, and they burned a fair amount to not kill the Kiana.
Alright, so Tien doesn't even need to use that flash. That's a big win there for Weibo. Gen.G lose their big combo. Hang on, going on to him again.
In comes the hero's entrance. Tien, I think, is likely dead. Buys a bit of time, but will fall for it. Herald goes into mid lane. The skill that Turret goes on forwards, and finally will start to back away, but not before Shun flashed on and gets Rune Prison. And all the while, look at Xiaohu and Light still delivering so much damage. Light doing so many ricochet autos. The scout has to slide away. Slow from a Rune Prison, not empowered by the spell flux, but Xiao still feels undaunted, unbothered. Xiaoshu tries to go in, and a flash away from Light is all the bait that is required for Weibo Gaming to turn around the play.
Conqueror kind of AD assassin junglers. It is such a broken item right now. Also helps your clear speed, by the way.
Very much.
Help with that. Atakan, gonna get started by Weibo. Gen.G going into a sign in this choke point, not particularly happy. Tien also has 3 ult angles too.
The Rune Prison came on down, turns out from about half HP. The hero's entrance, they want 3 members. They still green display of talent. It's solid enough, but they've already lost so many people. Caught in there as Gallia find an angle, but can Light do any work here? He's got no flash, but he's still got damage. Tien looking for more in the backside as well. He's not touched. Light still free firing. Tien will manage to terrorshade forwards. Finally brought low, but he takes another with him. It's a triple kill to the AD carry.
5 for 4. This is the score of the fight. Not from the last fight, the one before. That dragon started now. Weibo's saying, actually, it's much easier to just take the dragon ahead.
Yeah, it is.
Take that one. Get themselves up to a second. Second is a warning. Third is the threat. That's gone. Oh, she started. Light's going to go towards that. Scouts can recall, teleport into the bot side of the map. Gen.G find themselves another engage angle. They don't have themselves the support flash. Oh, no, they do. Draw just gets himself his flash back now.
The Atakan's gone. It's just been eviscerated. They've got so much damage between Shadow and Light. It's just taken in the blink of an eye. And now the win rate percentage has surely skyrocketed again. But maybe a little fight back in the team. We'll throw down a big grass patch and say, get off my lawn. Or I will make you. Supreme display of talent. But there is the public execution. Hero's entrance. Rise in danger. Stands and delivers for a while. Light needs to run away as Shun threatens the backline, but will likely die for it. Supreme display of talent. Tien turns it all around, decimating smash pace, tries to run away, but the Edge of Ixtal will still decapitate Zeri. Light again gets to dance around and survive, breathe, will body block for his AD carry, pizza delivery, as the Gallia will try and find a shield, and Duranda does bring down Light, but will trade his life for it.
Tien is popping the hell off on the champion he won a world title with all those years ago.
Then the lightning crash, it will still have that ultimate up and running. Should he require it?
Light using his own ults. Hang on a second, ult over the wall.
Quick execution to the taunt. Hero's entrance, supreme display of talent allows Xiaohu to bring down the Ambessa. Knock up onto Scout, who gets absolutely blasted as well. Sledgehammer to the statue's head in the form of Kiana's Q.
Well, Xiaoshu's tried to be primary engage, and he's found himself engaging into a 6-foot hole in the dirt. Goes down so easily on the Ambessa. Draw not having flash really hurts them. Gen.G, they have to pull the Magnet Storm defensively as Draw is going to try and hop over the wall.
Do just that, pays, standing and delivering best he can. It just doesn't do damage with this build. It gives you so much more cooldown. You can burn your ult more freely, but you aren't a damage carry until 3 items with this build.
Dominated on the engage. And Gen.G, if they get brought to 3 against Weibo, but losing to Weibo twice in 2 days would be pretty galling for them. Realm Warp coming through.
Realm Warp in, and unfortunately that is a very dead Wukong.
Monkey see, monkey don't. Shun goes down.
Oh, dear.
1 and 4. Tien walking on to pace. Pace, you don't win this, buddy.
Yeah, and just not even bothering to do anything until the wall ride comes on through. You can Spark Surge all you want, but Tien will perish shape and auto you.
He's got more items than his laners. He's on 4 items. He's got more items than anyone else in the game. Folks, this is a world champion Qiyana. Tien, a hell of a player of it, fighting the bot side. Our teammates coming down to help with the kill.
Don't know about that one. He'll try and ensure that the scout goes down. The redemption comes on through, but there's another one coming on top of him. And he loses all the HP he just gained. Public execution involved by the statue. Nice angle to use the arm guard there. Tien is 3 levels up on his opposite number. The richest person in the game, bar none. And the highest level in the game as well. Welcome back 2019 and 2020 carry junglers. Tien knows how those ones work.
This is such a blueprint of how to play the Qiyana. The early impact, actually very strong. The team fight's superb. Expecting nothing less from a woman of such high standards as Qiyana. Tien meeting them handedly. 2 inhibitors down in the blink of an eye.
Finally dropped away from 100% KP a little while ago when he got caught off the one time he died. But still, 18 out of 20 kill involvement ain't bad. The display of talent is once again supreme. Pays just avoids getting taken out by the concussive blows. He's trying to find that good wall, but he's just too short range. And Zeri will get flash EQ'd. And they'll lose the entire team. Gen.G just ran out of damage, ran out of options. And the Emperor says, you're all my subjects now. Kneel and bow before me. Weibo, take us to 3.
A jungle game of royal standards. Tien with his best game of the split and one of the best jungle games.
Trying to do his best to duel against the Shy as we lose Alk momentarily.
Here, I'm help me! Valuable against someone like Scout.
He's skipping his topside camps, going for an irregular timer as Breathe is trying to crash this wave. Shun is waiting for Breathe to get set up here, and immediately Breathe recognizes that there is something amiss. Well, both flashes have been burned by the top laners, but the Q3 connects, and now Shun can just lay his fangs and his darkened daggers into Breathe's back. That's how you want to start off for Gen.G's carry. A revisit with his own flash.
No.
Scout could be compromised here, though. Xiaohu trying to set it up. Scout already 50% HP upon teleporting back. The Ishtal's impact brings the child over to their side of the map. Scout trying to flash away. Tien still has a flash of his own. The shield. No way! Shun trying to block him against the wall! And Tien doesn't find the boulder onto Annie! Shun saves his mid laner from death.
But I think Tien right now, just ignore the dragon. Let's get topside scuttle if we can. We're halfway to level 6. We're almost at that timer.
No way. Scout sets up the stun on a Xiaohu, knowing that he does not have flash from a forge. Well, able to follow up, and now Shun
does not have anywhere near close to 6.
Does Breathe hit level 6 off of these minions here? I don't think he's going to have enough time. Here comes Chris, though. Can he find the Cosmic Binding? Oh, but it's dodged by Chwo! And the dive is successful from Weibo Gaming. They're able to drop the turret aggro, and Chris just wastes his flash for nothing.
He has a lot of camps on the bottom side if he should, but maybe just wants to use his power now.
Oh, Scout just looking for the straggler and Breathe. He has a flash, but I don't think he can get anywhere near for an escape route. He tries to flash away. The dark perception. Oh, the all-out from Xiaoshu brings him to the turret, and it's not enough to save him.
Oh, wait. Still one grub going over to Tien, and he doesn't have a smite here. All out's gonna fall. Okay, that's gonna be Weibo getting themselves 2 grubs. And how much more can they get on the bottom side here? Because Xiaohu is actually recalling. So who's gonna answer this wave? It's gonna be Breathe.
He'll teleport back to the bottom side of the map.
Up and can make a play for this objective. And Weibo, they have no ability to actually
look at Scout, look at Scout, look at Scout. He's trying to look for light. Hound's Pursuit. Tempered Fate is not going to save him. Impale locks him down 2. Breathe tries to follow up. Xiaohu is here for the play. Steals the quickness here. Tries to charm them all up. Gen.G, they're caught, but Xiaohu just does not do enough damage. But Light is able to thread a mystic shot onto the dog.
They got it.
Tien should be able to finish the job on the dragon, but Scout flashes forward. Takes out the Scorpion King. And Chris now trying to do what he can. Finds a Cosmic Binding. Breathe has to step up and find the Shovel Box now onto Pace. Joe finds a great entrance, stalls Breathe, but just not enough damage. The York still able to live through it all, and Scout trying to find Light, sidesteps the Mystic Shot, just not enough, but it is enough at the end with the burn. A chaotic game 3 erupts at the Dragon Pit, Dimitri, and in the end, Weibo walk away with the Dragon on their side.
That's a huge win. 4 kills as well.
Prep themselves for the late game, and they're investing on the fact that Gen.G will not have the ability to close it out as cleanly. I don't blame them. Game 1, despite being a huge advantage, was kind of a mess when it came to that Elder Dragon fight.
Yep. Maybe not cat ears. It is going to be JDG, though,
Scout
picking up
does
the
not
second
deserve
dragon
cat
of the
ears
game.
for this. Let me just say, Scout does not deserve cat ears for this split.
Not yet.
No.
He hasn't earned
not
it.
Yet.
He hasn't earned it.
He has not earned it yet.
I feel like they are, yes, they scale. I think they are slipping a little too much, giving too much to their opponents, and I feel like part of that is the fact that Xiaohu and Tian are very muted in this game, and obviously Breathe did not find the matchup that he wanted.
As you called, Dimitri, JDG just slowly bleeding out gold from Weibo Gaming, one turret after another. At some point, Weibo are gonna have to contest them, because if they just continue letting this gold lead slide, not been synchronized, not been the same as we saw it in Split 2 when they were
They're gonna
really
dive Scout.
in form.
They're gonna dive Scout on this wave. They need to be able to get this done before the turret falls. Scout, you're too far up.
Scout able to flash away from the Cosmic Binding. Dwo for the re-engage for the flash. Grand entrance forces Crisp away. Dwo trying to deal with Breathe. Here comes the rest of JDG trying to assassinate and help bail out Scout, but he's already gone. Weibo trying to continue the chase here. Xiaohu has the quickness stolen from Dwo. They're trying to kite this one out. Shun pressuring on the top side of this fight. Weibo still have the numbers advantage. They just need to stay alive.
Spells available from JDG. Herald's gonna spawn on bot side. Can Weibo get into the pit?
Tempered Fate available from Chris if he wants to stall out this fight. A lot of damage is already on Paze's health bar. 4,000 HP. It's going to be close on the smite. Can Shun clutch it? Will Tian be a hero? Cosmic Binding into the Tempered Fate. It stalls the Otacon for now. Xiaoshu trying to distract Tian. 1800 is going to be close. Shun clutches the smite of the Otacon. Here comes Scout with the Rift Herald. He's going fast and furious. Tokyo Drift on them as he knocks them up with the Rift Herald. And here comes the resets. The Hound's Pursuit from Shun finds light in the back line. Breathe completely isolated from the rest of his Weibo Gaming squad, and Shun will BM him with the penguin emote. Breathe is gonna go down, and JDG win big in the Otacon pit. Prevent what pretty much was the biggest CC wombo necessary for JDG to secure that objective. And now with the gold advantage on their side, massive pockets. JDG uncontested on the third dragon of the game.
Oh boy. So Baron spawns in 2. Breeze's gonna try and look for something top side, but everybody from JDG is already making their way over. The teleport here from Xiaoshu, and Xiaohu's looking.
Oh, that's a lot of damage though. Xiaohu just deletes Scout, but the punish from Dwo and Xiaoshu is going to be massive, but Xiaoshu able to sustain. The Rod of Ages now fully stacked up makes him a very, very tanky Silas. And the rest of JDG cannot get to the top turret in time. Big objective bounty secured for Weibo Gaming. Let me self-correct.
It'll be JDG getting first push on mid. They're going to play explosive though. They do have a ton of damage. Navori Flicker Blades available. Scout's looking for Tian.
Tempered Fate will stall the pick on the Tian, but he's still in a world of trouble. Flash available, but the quickness into the slam from Xiaoshu, not enough. Tian is able to escape over the wall. Light now in trouble. Flash stun from Scout. Forces Light to cleanse and Arcane Shift away, but Paze is able to kill off Crisp anyway. JDG still have a 5-4 advantage, but Tian, no flash available, has to rely on being able to get into the Baron pit with the stall impact in order to find the steal.
Oh, Tian's dead.
Hound's Pursuit onto the Skarner. At the Impale. Can it stall the fight out? But Xiaohu and Light just don't do enough damage, and Light is forced to run away and abandon his mid laner for certain death. Breathe is pushing
Wait, they
on
can't
the
get it,
bottom of
though.
the map. JDG, can they still do both? Can they answer Breathe, and can they contest the Baron? They should be able to.
Okay, it'll be Inhibitor falling. Light is going to go mid. This is going to take JDG a little bit of time to take this Baron. And while all this is happening, Breathe is splitting on the bottom side. So it's a 3,000 gold lead. It's going to creep to 4, maybe 5 now because of the 1,500 gold you're going to get from Baron.
Yeah.
It's only their second dragon, but because of them being able to find multiple picks and how extended that fight becomes, JDG can't actually properly punish now the Zayakin. Blade Caller into this entire Weibo team is disgusting.
Flash
Whoa.
quickness run onto Xiaohu. Tempered Fate will stall it out. Can Xiaohu escape? The Cosmic Binding tries to stop Dwo, but Shun finishes off the mid laner. And Weibo now down to 4 members. Breathe is forced to recall so that they can defend. JDG tactfully pushing through the lane that they lost an inhibitor in so that Weibo do not have pushing super minions in their favor. The first Nexus Tower falls. JDG on the victory march looking to close out the series right here, right now. Big Blade Caller catches Breathe. Decent damage onto the York. They're looking for Chris. He gets caught. JDG now 5-on-3. Annie with the Timber stun onto tries to run away. The Blade Caller forces him back. Lightstill trying to stand tall, but there's no Nexus turrets to stand behind anymore, and it's an open Nexus. Gen.G strike back with vengeance, and will close out the Rumble stage with a big...
Is paired up with Zyra at the last pick, the Alistar. Mako's Alistar, I still think that is his most played of all time. Alistar and Braum, most played over Mako's
Value
career.
purely off that.
In this last matchup we saw between level 2 hit early, where's the combo coming through? Flash away from on, they need to very, very high. And the Sivir, similarly with the Ricochet, can do stuff like that. What that means that Alistar can focus on headbutting the other very AD carry away from the wave, and it wins them that anyway.
Bin gonna get taken very low. The Shy flashing on forward to overheat. It ends up being flash for flash, but Bin on.
Not really. They were much more about ganking bot lane, and then Knight would just survive whatever the hell was thrown at him. Years gone by.
Wait, gonna see Shadow trying to steal away a camp here. Can love to get in range for the smite. It's taken by Shadow, but now the Equalizer comes across. Chunks out Shadow a little bit here.
Rookie.
Can look to turn this one around. Rookie is indeed coming up. The Age Assault buys some time. Public Execution prevents the easy access, but a Nimbus Strike allows the kill onto Shadow, and the invade goes very wrong.
Wei gets first blood against the team that he took to Worlds last year. BLG, reminder, started the year with Wei. In fact, they ended Summer Split last year with Wei winning their title as well. The Shy getting engaged onto, though. Knight flying up, and they'll get themselves a solo lane kill onto the Shy.
They had Mako around trying to get that shove on him, but in the end it's well punished, and Bin picks up a good kill there, especially because he had been chunked out very low.
Fell apart, was far better at the World Championship itself. Wei, of course,
Green style.
big green style cannot be defeated. Goddamn.
I know what the League of Legends players like.
I did have all of those memorized as one of Lord Johnson's speeches in Halo Combat Evolved 2. Dragon has now well and truly been started. Here comes the engage.
Up, puts under in a difficult position. He's going to pump the quickness down, flashes to get the charm onto the Shy, who then pulls back away, but the Featherstorm will get Shy very low. Does actually get a turn around. Public Execution lands. They finally bring the Shy low, but it puts Bin very damn deep. Rookie exhausted, on needing to run away, but Rookie's so damn fast with the phase rush. Just needs a Q. He should surely have it. I don't think On's going to be fast enough. Oh, not enough! No way! Double stun with a disintegrate. Turn around, Mako with a double pulverize. Elk trying to trade out. It's got the deadly flourish. Running Mako needs to flash on out. Wei can't get the kill. Shadow back up and alive, looking for value as Wei needs to flash out. Rookie now in danger as Knight's looking for. He's got a flash. Could look for his eyes, but Chovy won't quite find it. Ends up being a 1-for-1.
And have the HP to fight back now is the problem. Wei can come into this side of the map, as can Mako. You see that Shadow and On, they're trying to defend here, but the Shy, on the whole, trading a little better than Bin so far.
Yeah, he has been. We've seen, actually, in fairness to Ben, him picking up a lot of the farm. So despite being caught in turret, despite being left at 20% HP, Carla gonna Kanmei step briefly, gets the cleanse on the quickness, will then begin to shuffle away with his own untouchable Shadow. Gets ahead of that, is now, unfortunately for Shadow, speaking of, ends up headbutt pulverized, may well lose his red buff here. The Shy coming up, so are Elk and On, so is Bin. Weaver's Wall looking to collapse. Wei now potentially in danger. Public Execution lands, but there might be an opportunity to shove back away. We'll throw down the Warrior Tricks to Elk and On in danger, but they've still got 2 extra members because Wei's fallen already, but now Gala's roamed up, looking for the stun, gets it, as Knight needs to flash away from the damage. On in danger, goes down, makes up the 1-for-1. Elk with a good root pull.
Oh, it's so
Shy is trying to get the kill. Burn does get that one. Bin's now in danger because Gala has ensured that he is transcending himself and the health bars of BLG.
30 seconds, and really need to keep an eye on this jungle matchup. You know, Wei is against the man who replaced him. Well, no, the man who replaced the man who replaced him.
Yeah.
This is Wei, and then Beitran, and then Shadow. Wei getting the better of Shadow in the game so far.
Mako gonna get into a bit of danger. Will flash away, stay safe, but does end up burning that additional summon spell. So was about to praise Mako. Had a really good invade. He's been playing a mean Alistar game so far. It's a good little pickup onto the health bar, and also going to force an awkward journey to the mid lane, because BLG did get the hell that could potentially look to force IG out of the river with Soul Point available.
Really interesting that Mako chose not to burn his ult, instead choosing to use that flash. Wants it for the fight. He's still half HP. He might have to blow the ult now, though. He can burn both.
Wei, though, he can get the backline with a Cyclone. Elk does time the Featherstorm well, but he's trapped. Goes down. No chance to pull the Featherstorm. Knight with no flash goes down as well. Mid, AD carry, dead. They were focusing on Mako, and Wei said, yeah, but you didn't notice me, did you? Welcome.
The Shy divides by 0 with the Equalizer and goes infinite value. Just the ultimate tagging onto 5 people, getting the slow, the damage, and then the Cyclone after fight under turret, though, trying to catch out the Annie.
They will surely bring Annie down. Rookie does fall, but they're still going to get the knock up on a couple. Bin now low as Gala's continuing on free fire. Jumps on the turret. The Ocarina is on stun there as well. Gala takes another turret shot. They'll lose one more. The Shy is now here, but why does he want to be there? Has to flash out the grand entrance. On gets taken pretty damn low, but will not get dropped down. The Gleaming Quill Hill will be enough. Way gets soul point.
IG had just done all the hard work. They got that fight in the river, and they throw back 2 kills.
And IG tried to threaten for the turret as well, and it almost looks good, but BLG 3-man pile on Rookie, who does go down. But then Mako gets to tank up, and you're thinking, oh god, I can step forwards here. Right, just need an extra auto on bin, and...
Bad
oh,
terror.
yeah.
Well, Mako had used his ult earlier, of course. Scala goes way too far there. Awkward. Good double slam. It's a bit of damage. Terries it back in kind. Gala running back at them with the Q active.
Behind. Got a heal to work with. Looking to jump on this turret. The teleport's coming. Gets a knock up onto Wade. Public execution.
Bin.
But they've got to get the kill onto Arm. Bin's here. Cyclone's decent. Arc of Ruin across Bin's. A bigger 1-for-1. But Shadow on the flank goggle. Flash for the shield vault. Flash away from Gala. But the Comet Spear still comes on down. Shadow. And of course, look at the other side as Bin gets another kill. The shield vault goes on board and they get another one. And the BLG finds huge value. That tier 1 mid lane has been IG's absolute kryptonite.
Bin and Shadow get a huge set of angles. I don't think IG...
We actually catch that in live. Gala, good flash over the feathers, but Q comes in last to help that. Fight in picture.
Ray just about surviving right now. It has been an absolute fracas of a game. Mako gets jumped on. Seismic shove and a good kill from BLG. The mid game, for once, is looking really good from them.
All right, BLG. Starting to fire off really massively here. They don't take the smite away from Wade, so I suppose there is a potential of a contest here. Without Mako, can they really walk in? Aftercan started. BLG taking it well right now. There is an equalizer, and there is a Cyclone's not available right now. That's a problem.
Transcending themselves is equalizer. Doesn't really tag onto anyone. That's a little bit ugly. We're trying to
from the Aftercan. Of course, the Dragons are there for IG on the other side, and the feats of strength. So actually, it's quite interesting. Rookie
flashes away. Grand Starfall came on through. Weaver's Wall also. But where's Rookie going to roll? As On's coming, Bin's coming, and Rookie is just a dead Annie.
Over pushed in that side lane. BLG using the Pantheon, the Talia ults very effectively in the last few minutes. It's not necessarily where the Observer's been at first, but it caught out the Shy before that last fight. Catches that Rookie here. IG are 3 grub cross-mapping on the other side, so it's not for nothing here. BLG still showcasing that they have a powerful macro tool to bring out the mid-jungle ultimates.
Kind of saw it early on. Guy will attack that turret. Dimensions.
3 grubs make it. This is going to be an inner turret for Dragon Trade. IG, they're only giving over the first Dragon to BLG. This is not bad for them. I actually think IG, in terms of their macro, one of our better teams in the LPL. They're definitely a Knight or someone in the middle of a combo. Mako's Alistair has been an incredible player. Finals, been to MSI finals. We expect so much more from them despite the roster changes and what have you. BLG must show a better late game. IG have beaten them in this situation before. Pantheon could ult behind them.
Turret finally falls. It's the clone that gets chunked out. The backline goes Bin. Trying to find the Grand Starfall, but Bin is exhausted, having to flash away. Elf also up into the Feather Stall. The Shy burning people down as Yunara blows up Bin.
It's just not connected for BLG. Shadow flashes out. Wei follows him, trying to take down the next in the lineage of the BLG jungle. Wei from Invictus Gaming with love, trying to kill down his replacement.
Oh, it is. And Mako gives the speed boost with the heal to just give that extra little shove. And it's all the stamina required
the right
to make
time. He's died at the back end of that play, and it opens up a smiteless contest of the Baron. BLG must fight. They cannot secure this easily.
Bin can TP in 2 seconds, but will it be in time to stop the Baron going down? Looking for the engage now, and it is a good shove onto Rookie, who just about gets a stun, stays alive. Baron's still going down. Rookie gets to back away. Bin's come back in. 2,000 HP. It's getting messy. Taken by Wei is the Baron. They lose the Rumble for it. They're trapped in the pit, trying to fight their way out. Bin gets knocked up. Mako with a wonderful pulverize. Wei is healing so damn much. Conqueror value. El Canonzo down low. Gala survive. Last auto. Mid-grand entrance. They go forwards. Pulverize, the unbreakable will is breakable enough. Knight looking for that one. Oh, wonderful angle from Gala, who gets a triple kill. Redemption Hill's not enough. And Knight stands and delivers and will get down everybody not named Rookie. They get 1 Baron per foul
Need
alive.
to see more from Bin. I think Bin has been diving in and dying. Not very coordinated on the dive. BLG this time. Bin's better. It has been better than when he first started. Equalizer goes onto Elk and onto Shadow. Dragon secured by BLG.
What a fight after. Age Salt down. On goes looking with the quickness. Can't quite find it. Redemption will heal Mako right back up. Knight and the rest of BLG looking to run away. Ooh, backstep on the public execution. And the Grand Starfall to escape. IG still looking to see what he gets when Shadow got taken down to basically no HP.
Yeah, the Equalizer really shredded through him at that. Did he look to defend the turret? Rookie could potentially dunk an ult on him.
No TP angles really available. It's the clone that's shoved on, gets headbutt, pulverized. Oh! And Gala makes sure to show exactly how cultivated his spirit is. The Arc of Ruin eviscerates Elk, headshots the bird. A bird of prey turns into exactly that. He managed to get the kill back onto Mako at the very least with a good seismic shove, but it's still a 4v3. The Shy backstacks the seismic shove. Ryan Slow was nearly too scary, but had a good scrap shield speed up. Gala now autoing the turret inhibitor, potentially after under threat.
Oh, what the hell happened with Elk there? He died with his... I don't know what happened with his ult, but it didn't look like it was that impactful. And IG, we said if they can drag...
Yunara. It's not just Yunara alone, then. There's so many additional threats. It is making the Zaya's life so tricky at the minute. Mako have got pulverized, does get exhausted, but again, just there to switch out summoners.
I also think, I think Gala and Mako have had a great game themselves.
Yeah,
I think Gala on the Yunara has been such a knife in the side, and Mako has been using the breadth of his HP bar very well. Wait, has Flash, has ult on going backwards. They find themselves engaged, not quite yet.
There's the equalizer. Way comes out of the push. Looking Shadow will deny it with the shield vault, and BLG managed to escape the trap that IG was preparing for them.
Not gonna lie, folks, not many LPL teams would do that, but they throw out an ultimate and they don't follow it. And they think, actually, this is not the play. That mid-fight decision-making can save your life, though, sometimes. IG don't find the fight that they need. And reminder, folks, well, we've been talking pretty big about BLG and talked about, some of the woes from Elk in this late game on the Zaya, which we've had some worries about him on late game this split. It's not been as good as potentially in the past. BLG still can absolutely win this. They have the goal two-way flashing forwards.
Does get onto Knight and interrupts the Weaver's wall. Knight's now into Cyclone Part 2. It's not an electric boogaloo because they're all burning down. Gala with a flash arc of ruin gets on as well.
IG dragged BLG to the late game and beat them in it. Wei, their jungler they started the year for, the jungler that took them to Worlds last year, has struck them back not just in one series, but in the second one that could secure second seed out of regular season with a vengeance.
And Knight, oh Knight, he's been caught a few times over the last few series. That one will cost them a game. It's going to lead to the Nexus turrets under siege. They've got a 5v3 to try and hold the line. Shadow with an Aegis Assault is headbutted away. Rookie goes flashing. Elk into the sky. Public execution does bring down the Addy, but will it stop the fight? Pin is damn well trying, but Mako says no. Pulverized down. Shadow still trying. Elk throwing out feather after feather after feather. But I'm afraid there's just no more left on the wings. He can't fly. Icarus melts away under the force of IG's sun.
So much of the team's damage at the same time. Mordekaiser for the Shy. Now, that's a little different. Now, there might be some new builds for this, by the way, folks. There was some rumblings on Wei. Can they force it enough out? Low HP on both sides. Do they see him? No. Does Wei choose to go out? If he gets a flash over the wall instead, Elk's going to be in so much danger! Holding the Q! Holding the Q! Eat it! But they can't get the blooming burst! Is enough! Mako gets first blood! Wei versus the team which dumps him partway through this year. If he beat them like this, oh, what a sting that'd be.
Rookie, I think, might just be dead in trade, though. Good flash, but then Shadow caught under the turret, slowed down!
Kill back to Rookie. He has himself a teleport, but he'll miss the cannon and the minion. Knight doing well in this lane, and we know that if BLG are to win, it really has to be on the wings of Knight. They're stoned in this swamp. Makes it a little harder to fly off with them, but hey, it's never stopped him. Flashing forwards, no flash on the Orianna.
Yeah, and there's a three-man collapse. Zon's found a way out. There's the route from the renewal, and they will get the kill onto Rookie, who had nowhere.
Charge in for that play onto Mako. Could have at least forced the summoners, but Shadow didn't want to walk into Wei's way in Mandarin. We'll take that dragon. Shot on top side. He's in a bit of trouble here, but we'll get out safely. But losing HP means that he might be under threat of a dive actually later on.
Back and gets the obliterate single target. Reminder, if you do hit single target Qs, you do a lot of damage. That's the reason it's a big deal. Death's with the lightning hand.
Oh yeah, that is. You're completely right. Yep. Okay.
I did the same thing in my brain.
The Shy has level 6. He can definitely ult and cause some damage here. If Knight walks up to me, I think all you do is force the ult.
He's holding on to it for now. They've got to be a bit wary about walking up and allowing a single target ult. And there he goes. Knight going to be trapped within it. Eats a fair amount of damage. The Shy's going to be a little bit deep for this, though. Has got flash. Still got an indestructible shield to work with. Can heal back up afterwards. Buys a lot of time. Then will heal. Good double pull. Oh! Sorry. Flash away. But Shadow's now here. I think he's likely dead.
Yeah, he'll dash in. The W will hit. Wind becomes lightning. Mordekaiser becomes dead. Mako on the top side, not able to stop that much. There was such a clutch Mordekaiser E again, but couldn't quite get the damage he needed to under turret.
Sidesteps the wind becomes lightning. Shadow's left quite low here. How aggressively does Mako want to play? He's got an Orianna and a Vi coming. Kind of forces them back away from this wave a bit. They're all really low.
Oh my god, this could be a huge Vi Orianna combo. I think they're looking for it. Yeah. Shadow does not have level 6. Wei does. This is a huge play incoming.
Oh lord, watch for that shockwave. There they go. Shockwave still available. Onto Elk, who tries to flash. Can't do it. And they get both.
Elk dies again. Wei does not die under turret. I thought to be strong. There's not many other people I can really well, there's no one really else who can solo carry on this team.
Death Crash traded for Decimating Smash, but still got it off before it came on down. Through onto Mako, courtesy of the renewal Chains of Corruption. I think Mako could be in danger here. Has to flash. Gala cleanses because of the spread of the Chains of Corruption. Piercing arrow just wide. Good vision. Toggle observance.
Nasty stuff from the Varus. On the Karma, strong early game duo. Forcing Mako to be respectful. Doesn't have that flash now for his first big ult of the game, probably. Grub's being started though from IG. Have the first one, get the second. They get two, probably will just get out.
We'll see backs away, but that's the trade for the mid lane. As Wei, again, very much focusing these early objectives. Shadow with a lot of early kills worth noting. He's got all of them, in fact, for BLG. Tested it super easily. Wei is around now, but maybe he's going to get shoved through mix again. The other ones with the grubs. Rookie now coming, looking for a bit of
Bin can I don't think they should fight this.
Renewal down. That's going to be a big route onto Wei. Then the Chains of Corruption, and over comes Bin. Wei's just gone.
Flash from L because he gets out of the shockwave, the shine. So the play now, ults Shadow. The Shins are out of the fight for now.
Rookie going to get rooted in place while it's on, finding a lot of good angles with that. Shadow going to get out of the death realm just fine. Mako gets a heal, and when it becomes lightning, looks for an engage onto Mako. Will now pop Blossom on 2. Need to flash away Kark because he doesn't have that summoner available. And they pick up another good play from BLG in the mid game.
It is, but IG really shouldn't have taken that fight. Another Q will just land onto Mordecai. It's a good poke. Does this open up any kind of fight around the tower? No, not really. We literally before this just said take the opportunity where it's there. They're great CC chain, and they get themselves onto the board in terms of those objectives and a little bit more gold.
Seeing this trade again is they're going to try and dive on the Shy, and Knight with a clean solo kill.
You don't have great ways to get to the Civet, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
The Orianna too. Potential jump onto Shadow. Doesn't have, well, he does have flash, does have ult. Here's the Galley wall.
Does get turned around. Shadow now keen to step forwards. Can't find the free talent strike knock. But I wonder whether Gala and the rest of IG might see an angle. Chains of Corruption, meaning the follow-up slow. Pop Blossom doesn't really land on too many people. If Wei will blast cone away, but is still caught on the tether. Shockwave on 2 though. Elk goes down. Wei still healing. Will likely die regardless to Shadow and his Sundered Sky. Rookie trying to threaten on the other side. Mako lowers on, gets some damage back. Can't quite get the kill. The TP's coming on through on low though. As Rookie looks for the auto, gets a big heal from the renewal. Short comes on through with the shielded around, and Rookie can't get his way out. It ends up being a 2-for-1 in favor of BLG.
How BLG get away with that is beyond me. Shadow mispositions and forces an early Galley ult from Knight. He really didn't want to pull it at that point. Shadow tries to re-engage, and I thought realistically IG would just get a clean combo back onto BLG, especially with a flashless Varus. It's quite easy to play around that. Well, all this is happening though. First turret is going to go down to the side of IG. That'll get them that feats of strength marker. That's next flash.
Charging the Vault Breaker will likely let it settle. Just by missing, just to punch forwards. That's going to be a big shielded Durand taunt. And Knight just gets to walk away. They'll get a decent chunk onto him, delaying this reset. But
hang on, Knight wins that. Hang on a second, he wins this!
Gets a decent heal, actually turning around pretty well, but the way to wall back, Wei gets sorted it!
Knight solo kills Wei on Galio. What a player of the champion.
Mako goes looking for the pop blossom, but Elk does manage to back away well. Mako now low, decimating smash. It's only a slow, but the Rookie over the wall with the shockwave does manage to delay the follow-up, but the Herald into the mid lane will claim that turret, and now they're driving towards this bot lane tier 1. I don't know whether it'll quite have enough charge. Gonna be closer to his range.
Nice charge. Good drive in there from On. Knight, hero plays on the Galio. Genuinely been so impressive on it so far.
Got 10 stacks.
Yeah, and he needs to. Honestly, if it is just the Varus in terms of a damage threat, playing a single damage comp versus the stack Dark Seal, way outplayed by Knight.
Wei could have just gone over the wall, by the way.
Make it quite early because the extra gold given over towards Knight. That he can just walk up and take the tower itself, by the way. He'll smash that with a passive. The Shine might just die here.
Does have that ability to drag someone into the death realm, yet to do so.
He has
just done it. Just can't see the markers on the ground, which I was looking for. Decent damage onto Shadow. Will kind of get a decent shield with the Indestructible, but it's a 4v1. And you don't win those as the Mordekaiser right now.
And IG are pushing in the mid lane. They're trying to get something onto this tower. They really want to take this down. They're using the clone to tank the turret, and Bennett has to flash away. He doesn't get to defend that turret the way that he would have wanted to. Push onto the top lane in a turret, though, from BLG. So they'll be able to likely get that. IG trying to cross map as best they can. Falling behind a significant amount of gold, though. Will be probably 4,000 by the time this tower falls.
They're going to try and trade for the bot tier 2 on the other side, though. They've got all their members down there. They're going to try and reset now themselves. I don't know that it'll be enough to save this one. They're going to try and interrupt Bin. Don't do so quite yet. He was doing a decent job of holding this wave. They're going to try to get a decent jump back. There's the shockwave. Bin going to need to try and find an ult out. Will not do so. Clone.
Oh,
it's not there. The hero's entrance in, and Gala gets to survive for now. Can Knight find an angle? Is there any other ways to get onto them? Those not. They get kill on Bin, but don't get the tier 2 turret. And Knight burns his ultimate. will it be up in time for something like an Atakan
Well, the
fight,
problem
though?
is IG, because Gala gets so low, needs to back all the way off, which means he's not there for the fight. I wonder actually now whether IG have to give up Atakan. Wei's going to stick around here because he knows that, look, Gala has to reset. That's a big problem. Say that actually. Gala finally gets his reset off. Knight gets blocked by the clone of the Nico.
Trying to look for the shield around towards, does get it onto Rookie. I think it might mean Shadow is there, but he goes to flash out of the wind, becomes lightning, and they will have
Wei
to pull
is
off the
still
Atakan.
behind the Varus. He's still behind them. Did you see that ward go down? He should probably know that's there. Gala's back out onto the map. Teleport in from the Scion. Wei is really behind enemy lines. He's not the strongest fight ever. They didn't see him again. So now Atakan's up. Do they look for the fight? Rookie, no teleport. He had to back too, remember?
He did indeed. What can they do here about this potential angle? They don't know where Wei is. On now on Vision. Good vision toggle showing exactly what IG know and don't. Gala now looking for an angle, can make sure that people go on the hunt. Then on a flank angle, Mako gets jumped on. Wei still here, yet to reveal himself, charging the Vault Breaker, looking to get into the backside. Pop Blossom after! Invictus Gaming, good damage. Knight just about to survive now. They're still indestructible. Simmer gets a double. Wei with a wonderful Rambo play. You could not ask for better. Andor approves. The Death Star of BLG blown up by insurgent operatives. Elko to the turret. Boomerang play gets Gala. Another.
BLG have Shadow. IG have...
And saw the teleport come in and went, wait, they're actually doing extravagant team fighters. They're an extravagant team for better and for worse. But when it looks good, it looks so damn good. Back to live in Dragon is up.
Dragon is up. The IG have the gold lead now. Watch for that shockwave. A lot of summoners down on both sides after that last Atakan fight.
Gala's got a 3k lead, by the way. He's got Infinity Edge. Now completely Gala is in danger, though. Tries to go on the hunt. Pop Blossom back. The hero's entrance. Gala just about left for a second. No! Knight absolutely eviscerates. The shockwave is good. Over the wall goes Wei. And they lose. Gonna go and get the kill though with the obliterate. Just don't go into the death realm. They're gonna play it. Maybe it was all deliberate. The Shy, good healing, but it's not enough. Knight gets pulled back by the death guard. He's down low, has to flash away the shield from the side of the Karma. Keeps Knight in one piece. They can't do the dragon anymore. Oh my god, they saw another one.
Hang on, wait. Can you stick around for anything here, BLG? They get this. That third dragon over the BLG. That's a threat now. That's a threat. God, I love watching these teams play. As a BLG fan, it has been a difficult year to watch them. As an IG fan on the other side, I mean, kind of both about the play. Doesn't have Edge of Night either. Perhaps thinks it's a little decorative versus the Vi with the smite, but still we shall see. Fight around the fog of war. Shadow walking in.
Ball threat is very scary. Rookie's found some wonderful shockwaves this game. He's going to have to flash away though from Shadow, who's a damn scary threat in his own right. Body blocked by the clone. TP now back in.
Do they see that on Vision? Elk should fire the ult. There it is. Shadow coming through.
Is it going to matter? Because the Shy still looks to be very damn scary. Bin's going to have to flash. He eats so much damage because Gala is ricocheting through them. Wei looking for potential cease and desist angle, but it means Knight's not here. Can look to rejoin with a hero's entrance theoretically.
There's so much damage to them. Bin doesn't have ult. He'll have to teleport in. I think IG see an angle to go towards the Baron. If Shadow goes towards it, the Shy can ult him and pull him out into the realm of death. IG playing the death bush, but they're going to be on Vision. They should know that now. Ult onto Galio. That's a bit farther away.
Trying to find the angle. Shadow's still around and Wei kind of oversteps on that one. Going to get the root there with the focused resolve. Big obliterate back though. Chunks out on.
How IG not able to play around the Vision control on the other side. Knight trying to see some Vision. Not seen right now. Control will cleared out. Knight into the backline potentially.
Looks for the death grab pull onto Shadow. Drags him into the death realm so he can't smite. Nice angle from the Shy. Good value on that one. Shadow desperately trying to play out in the blitz. Does just get out alive to be able to flash to safety. Mako. Nice. Knight gets the backside. Mako over the wall. Can't pop blossom. But everyone's trapped to the pit. And the Shy is a menace. Looking to show exactly why he was Atakan's master. Gala throwing out all the ricochets. Where's the damage he's been after? And they'll make a Metallica reference out of this one as Knight goes golden. But unfortunately for him, only the memory remains. A quadra kill for Gala.
Gala, the Prince of Pentas, won't get his fifth. He's too preoccupied pushing mid lane. But IG go late and they will win again. You have to feel they deny that dragon. On flashing away will save his life. The Baron will go to IG. The dragon.
In the end, enough, and IG immediately pounce on the Baron. It has been a riveting series. Both teams have been throwing
moments of brilliance, but they've not been as frequent as they were before. I think particularly in late game, he has struggled. Wei could potentially go forwards with the ultimate and will smite off the spell shield from the edge of Night. Takes a bit of mid lane and top lane. Bin trying to wave clear where he can, but he doesn't win the matchup versus the Mordekaiser for now. Can at least try and wave clear.
Just that. Again, Bin. Not really been all that impactful on the side. There's been moments or two there. Managed to get the backside
The
there.
ult.
Final forwards. There's Knight getting the taunt out to the Shy. Swift enough to bring someone to the realm of death. It's Bin who's in there. Turret now under siege. Way on a flank angle here as well, threatening the death scratch just wide.
So ult for ult on the top lane. I think it's, I don't know, you kind of need that Scion ult in some ways, but the Mordekaiser ult gets a better HP trade, goes on to the Karma.
Ooh, good damage back, but Way is dead!
Just gets blasted, does not have the GA just yet. Now the Shy, no flash, he might be caught in the bad play.
Knight goes golden. They will lose the Shy protect, but the Indestructible buys a lot of time. They will kill off the Gallia, but so much was burned to make this happen. Gala's got a GA. Pop Blossom just wide. GA heals. Broken though on. Can look for the angle. Shockwave buys that. Pulls Bin out of the decimated but Gala can't get enough damage down.
IG lose 4 in the fight. Only Knight falls for BLG.
Scarlet.
Not enough to save him. Bin takes a lot of damage, not quite enough there. Shockwave, Rookie just about getting away from that.
Cleanse burned there. And they're going to try and turn this around. Rookie's gone! It's Varus that picks him up. Elk, despite the discrepancy, getting a key kill. Flash away from Way. Does have a GA. Getting out to safety. It's 90 seconds on this Dragon. I think Soul might be BLG's.
I think it might be. Way needs to escape. Where is Gala? Gala needs to get DPSing now. BLG, they're split. Can they find anything more than this? There's a GA Vial coming through. Where is Gala's damage? He failed flashes!
Oh, Gala, no!
Way has his GA, but he'll die. Gala, oh Gala, the late game was yours.
The Shy,
promised
the Shy.
land. The Shy will kill Elk, but I don't know if it's enough.
On's going to take a lot of damage for it. They're going to try and get some value. He's got Indestructible shield. Darkness is rising all about him. And with the Bloodlines Curse, quite a lot of work will finally go down, I think. But look at the rest of the damage. Gala can still do some work. Mako, look at the Pop Blossom. On with the shield. Not enough damage on Mako. Needs to think about rocket belting out Gala. Try to take the Dragon. It's taking right blade. There was no spy on Shadow. GA's going to get popped, teleporting in. Gala needs to run away. Bin will come off of the unstoppable onslaught. Gala goes down.
BLG versus Invictus. Q now as well, slightly, so it's not actually an awful item. I think it gives you some value here, gets some good HP as well. Shadow hanging out in Fog of War, we spotted there. Baron is alive, Mako not hit by that W. Karma shields causing some threat there.
Gala gets John good spell shield, denies the ult. The Shy goes forward, gets the death down. Shadow's trapped within it. He needs so much damage. The darkness again rises. Audacious charge into the backside. It's Way who gets out there as entrance, and they've blown up Elk. Roadkill. Simmer with a triple. The Prince of Pentas hunts for another. Knight goes golden, and surely a quadra kill. Perhaps even more as On must run for the hills, and I think Gala would rather 2 quadras and a game win.
Gala with a rare smile on his face. On pulling Armarin, trying to kill the wave before it can get in there. A teleport from the Shy will protect the minions, and On will not be able to recreate that 2015 semi-final. The Shy able to protect the minions. This should be game. How much damage can they do? Gala shreds 2,000. They have 2 grubs.
They will surely disintegrate the wave and do so. A 6,000 individual lead to the Sibet. We said the scaling issue may come into play. It certainly did. The ricochet.
He closed the wave!
Does it matter? Does it matter? They've got another wave coming on in. They're taking too much damage. What about the respawns? 15 seconds on the likes of Knight, but Elk will be up. Bin will be up. Is it enough? Arm can't get the root. Elk looking for more. They've killed off Way. Gala got a GA. He can't do it. He can't do it.
The instant death realm! He's using the ultimate!
The Shy with a Death Realm Nexus kill.
The Shy uses